Not every file starts out its life as a digital file, or, well, at least maybe the files that you're working with. Acrobat allows you to select Create PDF from Scanner, and you can bring a file into Acrobat. I've already done that ahead of time, and I have a file that we're going to work with. It's inside the Lesson 8 folder, which is inside the Part 1 folder of the project files that you installed. And I'm going to navigate my way to that. In this case, what I did was I scanned a file and I saved it as a TIFF file. This is a standard TIFF that comes off just about any scanner that you can purchase on today's market. I'll return to Acrobat because what I want to do is select Create PDF from File and open the file into Acrobat. And I'll zoom out so that we can see the whole thing. Now, this is a file that is, for all intents and purposes, dead. I don't mean that I don't like it or that it's sickly. What I mean by the fact that it's dead is that if I attempt to search for a phrase or a word in the document, such as ozone, I'm not going to find it. So I'll hit Enter. No matches were found. Well, that's because, again, it's just a picture of the document. What I instead need to do is choose Documents, OCR Text Recognition, Recognize Text using OCR. Now, I can actually have Acrobat perform this function as I scan the document in. But the reason that I'm doing it this way is because I want to point out the edit options that you have for the scan. There are 3 different PDF output styles that you can choose from, and they have an impact on what you get from the document when you do this. So I'll leave it at Formatted Text and Graphics and select OK. Click OK. Acrobat will do its work, and I'll end up with a document that if I zoom in on, it looks like I typed the text in any other word processing application. And for all intents and purposes, that's exactly what I have. The problem with this is that it differs, even if only slightly, from the piece of paper that went into the scanner. Let me zoom back out. Acrobat did a pretty good job of keeping graphic elements in place, like the logo and the signature, but this can't be said to match exactly the piece of paper that I scanned. So I'm going to go ahead and undo. Actually, I can't undo this because it was a complicated function. So what instead I'm going to do is close the file, and I'm not going to save it. Let's do that again, only this time I'm going to choose a different option for the OCR. Create PDF, from File, Scan Memo, Open. This time I'll choose Document, OCR Text Recognition, Recognize Text using OCR, and click Edit to choose as my PDF output style, Searchable Image Exact. What that's going to give me, once it's done, is a file that allows me to have my cake and eat it too. It looks exactly like the piece of paper. If I scroll down, you can see that it even managed to keep the skewed aspect of the piece of paper, but it matches the paper exactly, and in some legal situations, you might need to do that. Now, at this point in the discussion, you might be wondering what this has to do with repurposing and export. The good news about this text is that I can select the text and copy the text and then throw it over into Microsoft Word to work with it. So I can use Acrobat as a way to repurpose not only other digital files that have been converted to PDF, but I can use Acrobat as a way to repurpose pieces of paper that I need to get the text from, and I don't have to rekey them. Plus, I have the added benefit of being able to keep that piece of paper looking exactly like what went into the scanner, which might be important for legal reasons. Yet, I have a file that's digital, and a file, by the way, that I can use the search function to find information within. I'll retype ozone, hit Enter, and it found it in the right place.